Do you believe that you can heal yourself? Too often we give our power away to something outside of ourselves, and rarely, if ever, trust and tap into our innate healing power and intuition. Everyone has this capability to heal in ways we never thought possible. It's your sovereign right to claim and have true health and lasting wellness. Now, here is the host of the Dr. Dolores Show, Dr. Dolores Fazzino, nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in our amazing universe. And I don't know about you, but time seems to be speeding up because I just feel like I was just here last week, like yesterday. But let's look at what we're going to talk about today. And what if the thing you're waiting for is already waiting for you? And what if someday isn't wisdom, but hesitation wrapped in spiritual language? So today we're going to be dismantling spiritual procrastination, that subtle belief that, you must be clear, healed, more certain, or ready before you're allowed to live. By the way, who the heck made that story up, huh? So remember, awakening is not preparation, it's participation. So we're going to be talking about today from someday to now, ending spiritual procrastination. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are waiting to show up. And, maybe they feel like they're not prepared enough, or, someday when I'm ready. Well, let's talk about that myth of someday. Okay. The core theme is usually someday feels safe and now feels exposed. Anybody feel that way about themselves? So what are you postponing until you feel more ready? Just think about that. You probably don't even think about those questions because you're so into being on automatic that you have to get yourself off the doing mobile in order to sit with that question and just to feel. So where are you postponing until you feel more ready? And who would you be if you stopped saying once I or when I? And what dream have you placed on spiritual layaway? For a lot of people don't know what layaway is, but it was like you buy an item and you pay for it over time, and you don't get it until you make all your payments, but you kind of tuck it away for a future time and place. Someday creates the illusion of movement without risk. It kind of comforts the ego because it delays visibility. So, I think the most important thing we need to realize is that movement is necessary. Okay. And really, the only thing that we have is this moment right here, right now. It's called the present. When we are projecting or saying, someday I will, we're going into the future. And like, I just said, it creates the illusion of movement without risk. So you're putting it into the future so you don't have to deal with it now. So awakening souls often say, once I clear the trauma. Do any of these ring true for you? Once I feel more confident. Once I'm certain. We've all said those things to ourselves just to, probably not show up in the present moment right here, right now for yourselves. But life does not reward readiness. It responds to resonance. So sometimes you just need to take that step forward and just allow everything to unfold the way it's supposed to instead of trying to control it and trying to make something happen on your timing. I think one of the biggest things that people have a tendency to do is they think that they have it all figured out and how they're going to get to their next step. And we may have one fraction a fractional viewpoint of one possibility, yet when we are in the present moment, it's like we take the blinders off. The blinders are what horses wear so they can't see anything else but what's in front of them so they don't get distracted. Maybe you are supposed to be distracted on some level. So it gets you out of this narrow mindedness, so allows you to see potential possibilities. So, clarity does not precede action. Clarity is born from embodied movement. So it's about keeping yourself in motion to allow yourself to take your next steps. And just when you're in motion, our bodies were designed to move, not sit around and do anything. And then sitting around and doing anything is okay, but to have that balance where you're doing movement but also the stillness. So let's talk about what I love talking about is spiritual bypassing disguised as divine timing. So, how many of us spiritually, do a lot of bypasses in our world, okay? Maybe we don't want to feel, so we bypass feeling, or don't want to deal with something that you know that you need to deal with, but you don't want to do that, so you do a bypass around it. What I'm going to share with you is that remember everything is energy, and even those things that we bypass, those are energetic things too. And then when we don't fully experience what's happening right here in the present moment and what you're feeling, and you try to not feel, it's like you're trying to bypass that. So you're missing the richness of what the possibilities can be for you. And also, you might miss the gold nuggets along the way, too. So, circling back to spiritual bypassing disguised as divine timing, patience is different from postponement, okay? Are you trusting divine timing or hiding behind it? Does waiting feel expansive or contracted? This is about you learning to lean into what you're feeling and tuning in to the essences and the feelings that you're having within yourself. And if you were truly aligned, would you still be delaying? All these things come into play. So, sometimes it's not like a black and white situation. There are so many shades of gray in our world. And what we have to remember, it's not, it's got to be this way or it's got to be that way. There's all these other possibilities in between those two expressions. When you're coming from an expanded point, sometimes I'm waiting for alignment is fear of discomfort. Or sometimes I'm not clear yet is fear of being seen. What I will say to you is that true divine timing feels calm, grounded, and steady. There's no emotion with it. It's just that certainty of knowing what's happening is on a timeline, and sometimes it's not yours. If you're adding things to, I'm waiting for the alignment, and it's a fear of, being uncomfortable. Sometimes showing up is uncomfortable. Sometimes being seen is uncomfortable, yet part of your deepest essence is wanting you to do that, yet you are not showing up for that aspect of yourself. So spiritual procrastination feels tense, looping, and mentally rehearsed, whereas divine timing is calm, grounded, and steady. Your nervous system does know the difference. And when we really start integrating those aspects of ourself, because they're all interconnected, your body, mind, soul, whatever's in your body, your whole body, your nervous system, your endocrine system, any system you have in your body, they're not in separate compartments. They're all interconnected together and they work together in a homeostatic container. And also take that and expand it more. There's all these other things that happen outside our physical body, like our emotions, our beliefs, and everything else, but they are contributing to our physical body. They're in our energy field, okay? They're part of our essence and our frequency, but they're all interconnected as well. And as you go out into the world, you're expanding into another interconnected type of reality. So everything is connected in ways, shapes, and forms you have no idea. And when you just do your little part of just trusting the knowledge that you're getting and listening to your body, all your systems are going to start playing nicely together in the sandbox of life. So if today's conversation is stirring something in you, I just invite you to share this episode with someone who keeps saying one day. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to the Dr. Dolores Show on your favorite listening platform so you never miss an activation moment like this. And, when we are awakening, it's more of a participation and not a preparation. Okay, so people think awakening is a preparation. No, it's like all of a sudden you're awake and now you want to say, now what? It's your invitation to start participating in a different way. You are not rehearsing for life. Okay, you are living life. This is your life right here, right now, in this moment. So, what if you are not unfinished? And what if the moment itself is the initiation? And what if the calling requires movement, not mastery? That kind of brings that last question. What if the calling requires movement, not mastery? How many of us have this belief that, oh my gosh, you know what? I'm going to go to school and this is going to be my end all be all of what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. Well, maybe that could possibly be true, but how often is it not? I'm mentoring and coaching a student right now who's in a nursing program, and she was saying that she thought that where she was right now was going to be the end all be all, and she's realizing that that's not the truth. And I said that's very good because who knows? You're being led to your next steps. When I look back on my life, there's been so many steps to where I have gotten that this is so important that we realize that it's not an ending point. Sometimes it's just a step in the right direction. And as you take that step and you complete that goal or task, another one comes in front of you. You never know where you're going to end up. You may think you're going to know where you're going to end up, but a lot of times, I would say 99% of the time, we have no idea where we're going to end up. Because what is really driving us now is that inner voice within us, the soul yearning, the soul calling, that's leading us to our next great thing that is for us in our lives. So just, sit with that for a little bit. Awakening is not healing everything first or fixing every pattern. Achieving spiritual perfection. What the heck is that? We're all perfect in our unperfectness. Awakening is responding to what feels true, taking aligned action before certainty, and all importantly, letting life move through you. Presence creates clarity and movement reveals the path. So keeps moving, and we're going to be taking our first break on our show, and you're listening to the Dr. Dolores Show on Inspired Choices Network, and I'm Dr. Dolores Fazzino, nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer, and we're talking about from someday to now. Ending Spiritual Procrastination. So when we come back, we'll share some more. Stay tuned.
Do you trust your instincts? Many of us don't. Yet this is the key to connecting to your innate healer within and your intuition. Tune in to the Dr. Dolores Show with nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer, Dr. Dolores Fazzino, to receive insights and tools to realign with your inner wisdom for lasting health and true wellness. Listen for the Dr. Dolores Show, Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Mountain, 12 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Ready to break free from complacency? Welcome to I'm Awake, Now What? Your monthly invitation to embrace conscious living. If you've been feeling lost or stagnant, this is your chance to awaken your purpose. Join our transformative conscious wake-up office hours every month for guidance and self-discovery. Experience the power of clarity and focus as you navigate towards holistic healing and empowerment. Don't just survive, thrive. Sign up now and unlock a wealth of benefits, including enhanced well-being, stress reduction, emotional healing, and connection. It's time to ignite the flames of purpose within and start your journey to a fulfilling life.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email become a host at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is the Dr. Dolores Show with Dr. Dolores Fazzino, nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also send an email to Dolores at drdoloresfazzino.com. Now, back to the program.
And welcome back, everybody. You're listening to the Dr. Dolores Show on Inspired Choices Network. And today on our show, we've been talking about from someday to now, for all those people who are always putting off things into the future and waiting for the perfect moment, divine timing, or whatever stories we tell ourselves to keep us safe from not showing up. So, before we went on break, we were talking a little bit about some of the things that we tell ourselves so that we avoid ourselves from showing up, basically. And, we're going to go into more of this because I think this is just so important right now, because everybody's, when they're always saying, when this happens, when this happens, well, I'm going to call baloney on all of this because I think it's time that we need to just take that first step in the right direction of what you need to be doing instead of waiting for the perfect moment for everything to align and, unfold in front of you. It's about us aligning to what that is for us. So, we're going to talk a little bit about calling the future into now. And, maybe it's maybe about collapsing timelines, because we talk a little bit about that too, because like I said, it's like at the beginning when I came on, if you notice how times keep speeding up, it's just like the days keep going like this, before you know it, it's time to go to bed, you wake up, you do this, and it's like, I feel like we no longer have 24-hour days. It's more like, maybe we're down to 14-hour days, seriously, because time is going by fast and it's speeding up. And, from a quantum physics perspective, time is collapsing on itself. It's the concept of linear time being past, present, and future, and it's kind of collapsing, so it kind of collapses on itself. Notice that the timeline has changed and past, present, and future are all happening all at once, simultaneously. So this is where we could collapse timelines and actually allow ourselves to be in the present moment right now, experiencing what we want to be experiencing. So, what version of you are you postponing? Is there a part of you that wants to be doing something, but you keep making excuses like someday I'll do this or when I'm da 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 da? I just invite you to just take a personal inventory where this is showing up for you, because it shows up for everybody. What if that version is simply a choice away? Okay. Sometimes some of the things that we want to do is only a choice away. It's making the decision to do it. What would happen if you let future energy merge with the now? Sounds pretty magical to me, doesn't it? Well, we're going to, do a little experiential process that I'm hoping will give you a taste of what it could be like. So just, find a little quiet space where you could just be right now. And I invite you to visualize your future self who has already said yes. Okay? And notice how that version stands. And notice how you breathe. Now, imagine that version stepping towards you. There is no distance, no waiting, no gap. The future self dissolves into your body, and just feel the integration. There is no someday. There is only now expressing itself. So ask yourself, what is one small action that aligns with this merged energy? And just feel what that is all about, and just make note for yourself. Let's work on ending that readiness loop. Just like in that little guided experiential process we just did, readiness is not a feeling, it's a decision. So, what if readiness never arrives? It probably doesn't sometimes, because you keep putting it off and putting it off. When I'm ready, when I'm ready. And what if courage comes after the first step? Sometimes it takes a lot of courage and being brave just to make a baby step, but it's important and essential. And what if your power lives in initiation? Spiritual procrastination ends when you stop waiting for emotional certainty, stop outsourcing your authority, and stop rehearsing the future. It's a loop that keeps you stuck and never obtaining what you truly want to accomplish. And start responding to the truth in real time. So if you feel that hesitation dissolving and you know it's time for personal support, I invite you into a private session with me. I offer bridge sessions that are designed to collapse timelines, restore energetic clarity, and move you from contemplation into aligned action. You don't need to be more healed. You need to be more present. So just go to my website, drdoloresfazzino.com, and learn more about my sessions, and we can do that together. So there's a lot going on in our worlds right now. And I think maybe there's that aspect that's contributing to maybe the procrastination because of all the uncertainty. When we really move forward and do our best to stay in the present moment, this is where no matter what is happening in our world around us, we are safe, secure, and complete within ourselves. And we are more certain than ever. Okay? This is where you are aligning with who you are at a soul's level. This is where I believe the magic of life occurs, where you are in a place where you are learning. You're learning to just allow yourself to receive what's already there for you. So many times things in life are interesting. It's all energy, and we talk a lot about that on my show because everything is energy. And when we are procrastinating or putting things off for the future, it keeps us in a loop. And a loop of like no return because it keeps looping and looping and looping like a broken record that gets caught on a track for those of us who know about vinyl. Right? So, when we're able to really get a good grip of what's really going on, this is where we realize that everything that we want already is there for us energetically, okay? Meaning that everything is in our energy field. It's only at a different vibrational state, okay? Maybe it's at a higher frequency, okay? And maybe our frequency is here because we're stuck and we're looping, okay? So we're keeping an old frequency. It's about breaking that loop, stepping out of that loop, and allowing our energy to raise to where those things that we are wanting are already vibrating and there for us. So when we are more of an energetic aligned match, guess what? Like attracts like. And it's that easy and effortless. It's just about you working, and each one of us, not just you, myself, and everybody else, continuing to work on ourselves and raising our frequency and vibration and purging out all those things that are our old energetic debris that keeps us stuck from moving forward. Really important right now. And I feel this is up for many people. And this is what is really going on, okay? This is the unraveling of things and thoughts and beliefs that are no longer ours to carry or even ours to fix. For those of us who have unconsciously taken on the burden of being responsible for everything else besides ourselves, it's time for us to gracefully allow those things that we felt we are so responsible for, and it's not our responsibility at all, if you want to call it codependency nature, to stop and bring things back to self. So I've given you a lot to kind of gnaw on, chew on, ponder upon, and we're going to go on our next break of the segment, and we've been talking today on my show about from someday to now, ending spiritual procrastination. So, and you're listening to the Dr. Dolores Show on Inspired Choices Network, and I'm Dr. Dolores Fazzino, nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer. And when we come back, I'm going to lead you into a guided meditation so you could have an experience of what being in the present moment is truly about. So stay tuned, and we'll see you soon.
Do you trust your instincts? Many of us don't. Yet this is the key to connecting to your innate healer within and your intuition. Tune in to the Dr. Dolores Show with nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer, Dr. Dolores Fazzino, to receive insights and tools to realign with your inner wisdom for lasting health and true wellness. Listen for the Dr. Dolores Show, Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Mountain, 12 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Ready to break free from complacency? Welcome to I'm Awake, Now What? Your monthly invitation to embrace conscious living. If you've been feeling lost or stagnant, this is your chance to awaken your purpose. Join our transformative conscious wake-up office hours every month for guidance and self-discovery. Experience the power of clarity and focus as you navigate towards holistic healing and empowerment. Don't just survive, thrive. Sign up now and unlock a wealth of benefits, including enhanced well-being, stress reduction, emotional healing, and connection. It's time to ignite the flames of purpose within and start your journey to a fulfilling life.
How wonderful would it be to carry your favorite Inspired Choices Network host with you throughout your day? Well, now you can. Inspired Choices Network now has its very own mobile app. Our free app offers live streaming shows, along with thousands of podcasts and TV episodes. Our shows cover a wide variety of topics. Whether you're waking up with us, carrying us through the day, and taking us to bed with you, we're always here for you to enjoy. We're easy to find. Just search for Inspired Choices Network in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
This is the Dr. Dolores Show with Dr. Dolores Fazzino, nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also send an email to Dolores at drdoloresfazzino.com. Now, back to the program.
And welcome back, everybody. You're listening to the Dr. Dolores Show on Inspired Choices Network. And today on our show, we've been talking about from someday to now, for those people who are always putting off what they could be doing now for someday in the future that never manifests, and ending spiritual procrastination. So before we went on break, we were kind of taking a deeper dive into some of the important things, about readiness being an endless, readiness loop that just keeps going round and round and round, and you get caught in that. And, the importance of why we need to maybe look at collapsing the timeline too, so we can move into what we think is in the future, so it's happening right now. And also the importance of, being what we call, you hear a lot about being awakened and stuff like that. Awakening is not preparation. It's participation. It's about you showing up in all your glory and ability as a spiritual sovereign being. And for those people who are really thinking that, oh, you know what, when I'm ready, it's like the spiritual bypassing of really getting down and dirty and dealing with what you need to deal with energetically. It's like putting it off into some other time and space, which never occurs. So, we're going to take a deeper dive, so maybe we could integrate some of this for you so you have an experiential process in a guided meditation that I call From Someday to Now, Ending Spiritual Procrastination. I just invite you just to take, 5 or 6 moments, minutes to yourself, so you could just sit in a place where you're not going to be disturbed, so you could just, feel into and experience this process that I'm going to share with you. So I invite you to take a slow, deep breath in through your nose, Hold gently for the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, and exhale slowly through your mouth. Again, inhale, hold, and exhale. And allow your shoulders to soften, allow your jaw to unclench, and let your body know it is safe to be here. Now bring awareness to your heart space. Imagine a soft golden light glowing there. This light represents your presence, your now. Notice how often your mind drifts to the future, the when, the once, the after. And without judgment, just simply notice. Now gently say within, I release someday. And feel those words ripple through your body. In front of you, visualize a timeline stretching outward. And on this timeline is the version of you who already done the thing. The one who said yes, the one who began, the one who stopped waiting. And notice how they stand. Notice how they breathe. Notice their calm certainty. And take a moment here. Now, imagine that future self walking towards you. And with every step, time softens. There is no gap. There is no delay. There is no proving. Only movement. With each breath, that future version comes closer. Inhale. They move closer. Exhale. Time dissolves. Inhale. Closer. Exhale. Merging begins. And now the future self gently steps into you. And feel the integration. Their confidence becomes your nervous system. Their clarity becomes your breath. Their courage becomes your spine. Notice what shifts. Notice what relaxes. Notice what awakens. And now ask softly, what is ready to be lived today? Don't analyze it, just listen. Perhaps you feel a word, a sensation, an image, a simple knowing. And place your hand over your heart and repeat silently. I do not need to be finished to begin. Presence creates clarity. I choose now. And allow those words to land. And feel the timeline collapsing into this simple, powerful moment. There is no future self. There is no someday. There is only life expressing through you. Take one final deep breath in. And as you exhale, imagine roots growing from your feet into the earth, anchoring this decision into physical reality. And wiggle your fingers gently. And when you're ready, open your eyes, for you have already begun. I release someday. I begin before I am ready, before I feel ready. Presence creates clarity. I trust movement over perfection. Divine timing includes me. My future self lives in this breath. I stop rehearsing and start living. Readiness is a decision. I participate in my becoming. So welcome back, everybody. And as you come back from the experience, notice what shifted. Notice what softened. And notice what feels possible. That right there is what happens when you stop postponing your life and start participating in it. So we're going on to our last break of our episode, and you've been listening to the Dr. Dolores Show on Inspired Choices Network, and I'm Dr. Dolores Fazzino, nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer, and we've been talking today about from someday to now, ending spiritual procrastination. So see you on the other side when we come back.
Do you trust your instincts? Many of us don't. Yet this is the key to connecting to your innate healer within and your intuition. Tune in to the Dr. Dolores Show with nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer, Dr. Dolores Fazzino, to receive insights and tools to realign with your inner wisdom for lasting health and true wellness. Listen for the Dr. Dolores Show, Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Mountain, 12 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Ready to break free from complacency? Welcome to I'm Awake, Now What? Your monthly invitation to embrace conscious living. If you've been feeling lost or stagnant, this is your chance to awaken your purpose. Join our transformative conscious wake-up office hours every month for guidance and self-discovery. Experience the power of clarity and focus as you navigate towards holistic healing and empowerment. Don't just survive, thrive. Sign up now and unlock a wealth of benefits, including enhanced well-being, stress reduction, emotional healing, and connection. It's time to ignite the flames of purpose within and start your journey to a fulfilling life.
This is the Dr. Dolores Show with Dr. Dolores Fazzino, nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also send an email to Dolores at drdoloresfazzino.com. Now, back to the program.
And welcome back, everybody. You've been listening to the Dr. Dolores Show on Inspired Choices Network. And I'm Dr. Dolores Fazzino, nurse practitioner, medical intuitive, and energy whisperer, your host. And we've been talking today from someday to now, ending spiritual procrastination. And this show is for people who have that tendency to put things off into the future. And, we talked about a bunch of stuff earlier in our episode, but if any of this has resonated with you, I invite you not to let this be another moment of inspiration that turns into, I'll think about it later. Act on it. Share this episode, subscribe, share this episode with someone who's been waiting for someday, and subscribe to the Dr. Dolores Show so you can continue strengthening this muscle of presence, because it needs to be exercised. And if you're ready to collapse timelines in your own life, if you know it's time to move from contemplation into embodied action, I invite you into my world. Inside I'm Awake, Now What? We don't spiritually rehearse life. We live it together. And we laugh, we cry, we share insights, and we have weekly live Zooms where people come together and we get down and dirty about what's kind of going on with each of us and how we're maneuvering through it and how we could best support each other. And if you feel called to go deeper, my private bridge sessions are designed for exactly that: dissolving delay, restoring clarity, and activating aligned movement. You don't need to be more healed. You don't need to be more certain. You simply need to be willing. Life is not asking for perfection. It is asking for you now. So on our show today, we're going to talk about some of the key takeaways that I shared with you. Someday is often feared, dressed as wisdom. Spiritual procrastination can sound mature, patient, and responsible, but if it feels tense or looping, it's usually avoidance. True alignment feels calm. Delay feels contracted. Clarity is created through movement. Movement's really important. You do not think your way into certainty. You move your way into clarity. Presence reveals what planning cannot. So it's like when you're living your experience, sometimes you have to pivot, and some of the best made plans are always going to change because maybe there's something better for you to experience or to dive into. Divine timing includes your participation. Yes, you need to participate in life. Waiting for a cosmic green light often keeps your power externalized. Alignment happens when you respond, not when you postpone. So be brave and take that, even if it's a nano baby step. It's a movement in the right direction. Readiness is not a feeling, it's a decision. If you wait to feel ready, you may wait forever. Readiness is claimed, not granted. And your future self is activated in this moment. The version of you who already begun is not ahead of you in time. I'm going to say that again because this is really important. The version of you who has already begun is not ahead of you in time. They are ahead of you in choice. Timelines collapse when you choose now. So just take a breath with me. There is something deeply liberating about realizing you are not behind, that you are not unfinished, that you are not waiting for permission. Life is not testing you to see if you're healed enough, polished enough, or certain enough, or even perfect enough. Life is simply asking, will you show up? Will you participate? Will you trust this moment more than your doubt? Every time you say someday, you put distance between you and your own becoming. Every time you say now, you close that distance. And here's the truth. The moment you stop waiting is the moment your life accelerates. Because the universe reorganizes around movement. You don't need to be perfect yourself before living. You need to live and allow life to define you. And that begins now. So I'm going to leave you with a quote. You don't become ready by waiting. You become ready by beginning. So I have a message that I'm going to share with my highest galactic self. Beloved, you were never designed to wait for your own becoming. The illusion of someday was a kindness you offered yourself while you gathered courage. But the gathering is now complete. You do not incarnate to perfect yourself before living. You incarnate to live and be perfected by experience. Time is not linear in your soul architecture. The frequency you seek is your future, not a destination. When you delay your truth, you create distortion in your field. When you respond to truth, even imperfectly, the distortion collapses. You are not behind. You are not unfinished. You are not missing a piece. You are standing at the doorway of now. Step. The universe recognizes and reorganizes around movement. Your presence is the activation. Your decision is the portal. Your embodiment is the timeline collapse. Beloved one, you are ready because you are here, and here is all there is. See you next week. Take that step and just know that you are worth it. Take care.
Thank you for listening to the Dr. Dolores Show. Dr. Dolores returns Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Mountain, 12 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. Until then, remember to be kind to yourself and create your best life. You are worth it.